ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review set on the Marvel Studios' the first 10 years, Avengers Age of Ultron, Hulk, and Hulkbuster. Actually, did pick this up at Target. They just dropped August 1st, so yeah, if your Target still has them, go pick them up. Big thanks to X-Man87 for the heads up. Thank you so much, brother, helping out the channel. On the side, you can see we get a number 7 right here. There's a read-up on Age of Ultron. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. You can see it says 2015. And then on the back, you can see a nice poster from Age of Ultron, all spot varnished over here. And then you get a read-up for the Hulk. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And then there's a read-up for the Hulkbuster. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And then on this side, we have part of our build-in image looking pretty neat, you know, all right, looking pretty cool. And then on the very top, you know, it has spot varnished Marvel Studios, kind of tricky to see. And then not much more going on at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack these things open. And here's the Hulk and the Hulkbuster Iron Man figures out of the packaging. Now, with most of these 2-packs that we've gotten from the Marvel Studios, the first 10 years series, we get one figure that we've seen before repainted, and then we get one brand new figure. But not the case with this 2-pack. We're getting 2 huge figures, or at least one huge figure and one really big figure, just repainted. So I can see how a lot of people may want to pass on these two, but I'm actually really excited about these repaints because they look awesome. So let's get a closer look at that Hulk figure, and then we'll get a closer look at the Hulkbuster. Now, one bit of new that we're getting aside from the paint apps is this new head sculpt, and I really like it a lot. Here's the first Age of Ultron Hulk head sculpt right there. So he's got, you know, more closed mouth and everything. This yelling one looks so much better. I really love the paint apps on it as well. The teeth look really good. The inside of the mouth looks great. I love the details of that red fading away from the eyes. His eyes are all red and everything. I love the veins. Oh man, that looks great. Nice coloring for those veins. Just a perfect color choice over the flesh tone for the Hulk. And the hair is sculpted out really well too. Looking at the profile of this new head sculpt looks great too, man. Very pleased with this. That looks awesome. And I'm really happy with how the figure looks, you know. It's the same body mold, of course, you know. I'm going to keep doing comparisons with the original version, but you can see how flat this is. You got some sculpted nipples right there, Juan. Yeah, I bet you're excited. But yeah, we get these sculpted nipples on this one too. Same sculpt and everything. But I really like the paint apps for the most part. You can see a slight color variation between the shoulder right here and the bicep. That does not stand out nearly as much to me in person, but I am definitely noticing it a lot more right here as I'm shooting this video. But I love that we got the chest hair on there. And one thing that really makes me happy to see is that on this hinge you could see a paint line. I don't think it's been since, I don't know, maybe the Toy Biz days since I've seen something like that where you could see the paint stop on a hinge. I think that's pretty neat, you know. It's been a long time since I've seen something like that, so I'm pleased to see extra layers of paint. But the veins look really good right here. I'm very pleased with that. And the sculpt throughout on this Hulk figure isn't too bad, you know. I think we could use an updated Hulk figure, though, for Marvel Legends just in general. This hand color is really off. Wow, I did not notice this earlier. So this is looking like it's missing some paint or something. That looks a bit weird. Yeah, I did not notice that before. Like I said, you know, putting this under the lights and looking through the viewfinder, you pick up more details. But, yep, there's a 6-pack looking awesome. And then on the back, you can see the Hulk back looking pretty good. And then here's the Hulk pants. And I thought the original version was actually fairly accurate, right? Didn't he have an Avengers logo on the side of his pants and everything? And I like how these are a little bit more purple. I don't know. I thought that this was pretty film accurate, but I guess not. I don't know. But yeah, there's no Avengers logo or anything. It's blue and black right there. And then looking at the legs, look pretty good. And then we get some nice looking Hulk toes once again. Wish they could detail out those toenails. That would be nice, but oh well. Have to wait for the She-Hulk figure, I guess. And then we get the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. I was just reading the second issue to the latest Avengers title, and She-Hulk is part of the Avengers now, and she hulks out, and they zoom in on her feet, and yeah, she had nicely painted Hulk toenails. Anyway, this figure's articulation is the same as the previous version. It feels very outdated. I'm a little discouraged that you cannot move the head up at all whatsoever. It will barely move downward. You do get side-to-side motion and a tiny bit of head pivoting. Shoulder joints move up all the way, and you can move them down. You could rotate forward, but you have to have the arm kind of splayed out a little bit. So you can do a full 360 right here if you wish. You get a bicep swivel right here, double jointed elbows, and then both wrists turn side to side and hinge up and down. You get the diaphragm joint that turns side to side. It'll move forward a little bit, back a little bit. You get some pivoting right over here. And then the hip joints, which kind of irritate me because, I mean, you can move them very far outward, which is great. To move them forward, though, you have to do the good old T-joint thing, and yeah, that's, or the Y-joint deal, and turn them sideways. So when you have his legs outward, you get this strange-looking black line that irritates me. Yeah, it's bothersome. You get a thigh cut right there, double jointed knees, and then the ankles move down. They don't move up still. That's very frustrating. That makes the figure hard to stand, and he does have good ankle pivot. And then here's looking at the new Hulkbuster figure, and this looks great. I don't think the first one looked too bad, but it just didn't look as good as the prototype that I had seen at New York Toy Fair that year, that they had announced this figure, and this looks much more like the prototype that I had seen on display. You could see the actual version right here has a much lighter color red. Looking at the helmets, though, they still don't look too bad. I mean, or this older one doesn't look too bad. I think it actually still holds up. A little bit less black paint going on this newer one. I mean, if I had a preference, I definitely like the newer one more, but still, the older one didn't look too bad as far as the paints that were applied to it. It's just the plastic choice was really far off, and this color is much darker. It looks a lot more film accurate. I like it. I also like that they have a little bit of a bluish hue in the eyes right there. I think that looks pretty cool. Nice clean gold paint. I really dig that quite a bit. And looking at the rest of the figure too, you can see a little bit of marbling in the plastic, so they definitely mixed in a darker red color with the plastic, and this does bother me. I wish we got like one thin layer of paint to kind of cover that up, but I love seeing the blue in the arc reactor right there. That's cool. Nice gold paint on the side right there. Pleases me. And the silver paint apps look pretty good. Like that. The shoulder pads are all big and bulky. Nice silver paint apps right here. Then we get more of a goldish color than a beige color for these gauntlets on his forearms right there. That's pretty neat. I like that. Wish we'd gotten interchangeable hands or something to do that, you know. That would be nice to have an open hand on this side. But anyway, you can see some nice silver paint apps right over here. We didn't get that on the other version, just to, you know, point out all the little details. And I do like this more gold color than this beige color right here. So that's nifty to see. Much brighter silver paints too throughout, so that's good. Then looking at the lower torso, you can see some more details in here. We did get details similar to this on the original version, by the way. Yeah, the marbling does stand out a little bit. That does bother me right here, not gonna lie. And then looking at the legs, look pretty good. Nice gold paint apps though. I think the gold looks great, man. Yeah, that's pretty good. You can see some fake, you know, pistons and stuff inside there. I wish they had painted this. I'd complained about them not painting the rear boosters right here, and they didn't do it the first time, and they didn't do it the second time, so that bothers me. But I do like how the back looks right here. I mean, they added some nice paint detail on the very back. These little guys got some treatment, you know, so that's kind of cool. You know, especially because Hasbro's been pretty shisty with paint apps on the back of the figures lately, so seeing a little extra added to the back right there. But yeah, I may have to just paint that myself eventually. But yeah, looking at the boots right there, you can see some silver, looking pretty good. I like that. We still get the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. This Hulkbuster looks so sick from farther away. I mean, close up it looks awesome. But anyway, the articulation. You can make the head look up that much, and it can shift forward and look down that far. I wish we'd gotten some kind of deal where we could get another Iron Man inside here or something. That would have been kind of neat. But anyway, you can't turn the head side to side and have it look up at that angle, and you get a great amount of head pivoting. So really good articulation. Shoulders move outward. You can move them down. Rotate a full 360. Bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow. Then the wrist turns side to side and hinges up, hinges down more than back. Yeah, there's just not enough room. And then you also get a diaphragm joint right here, which kind of can be limited sometimes. You get some good diaphragm pivoting, and it'll crunch forward that much and back that much. Hip joints move outward that far. You'll kick forward that much and back quite a bit. Upper thigh cut, single or double jointed knees, sorry, and it makes a 90-degree bend. Then the ankle can move down just a little bit and up a little bit more so. We also get some side-to-side motion right there, along with ankle pivot. Now to measure out these two figures, you can see that the Hulkbuster is standing still at 9.5 inches tall, and then the Hulk figure itself is standing just about 8.5 inches tall. And then here's a Hulk and Hulkbuster from the 2-pack compared to their comic versions released by Toy Biz. We have the 2-pack Face-Off Hulk, and then we have the Legendary Riders series from Toy Biz of the Hulkbuster. So we have our two comic versions and our MCU versions right here. And I really feel like paint apps is one of the few last steps we really need to see from Hasbro to kind kind of catch up to that quality that we saw from Toy Biz anyway. But plastic quality from Hasbro surpasses Toy Biz by any means. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty cool comparison. And one thing Toy Biz was able to do was, incorporate more functionality in their figures. Hey, we get a Tony Stark in there. Seeing stuff like that from Hasbro, that would be awesome. And then here's the new Hulk and Hulkbuster figures next to a couple other first 10 years series 2-packs that we have. Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket to the left, and then we have Thor and Lady Sif to the right. And then I had to show off the new Hulk and Hulkbuster next to the first 10 years series Thanos figure, and I think these scale very well. This looks pretty awesome. Then here's a Hulk and Hulkbuster figures next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man, and I am taking a brief break from posting stop motion on this channel, but Big Time Letdown stop motion segments are not gone forever. I will be taking a break, and in order to have videos up while I have that break, I need to kind of make it pretty quick while I post these videos, and doing stop motion takes a very long time. So I apologize for the break in stop motions, but hey, we gotta recharge our batteries sometimes, those of us that post these videos. I gotta give you guys a big thank you for hanging out with me here on this YouTube channel and watching my video and hanging out with me from the very beginning to the very end of this video. It really does help out the YouTube channel, as well as when you hit that like button. If you like the video, please leave a comment down below, and if you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. I actually like this 2-pack set. I don't like buying the same figure over again. I have 2 versions of these figures now, so that part kind of bums me out. I wish we had a bit more accessories for both of the figures. I mean, I'm happy that we get a new head sculpt for the Hulk, but I feel like the Hulkbuster, they could have added something a little bit different. Maybe get that, that whole punching gimmick thing for the left arm, or maybe like the Hulk arm grabbing function thing. Something like that would have been pretty cool. But as far as what they're offering as new paint apps go, I am very happy with what we're seeing here. I love the new paint apps. I like the new head sculpt for the Hulk. So the Hulk figure, I'm going to give that a stud rating of
I love it!
And for the Hulkbuster figure, I'm giving it a stud rating of
I love it!
So yeah, I'm very happy with these new repaints. I just wish that these were the original figures that we'd gotten from 3 years ago. But that's the big thing right there, man, is that these were originally released 3 years ago, and Hasbro has learned some new tricks since then. And they basically said, hey, look, if you like our new skills, well, here they go. It's going to cost you some, but if you don't want to, well, then you don't have to buy them. So there it is, man. All right, I hope you guys liked the video, and please, again, let me know what you think of these 2 figures. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, forums, and photo galleries, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on the social media, you can follow me on the Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Links to everything I talked about in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.